I wanted to go over the Triumph Online program and all of the resources that are available to you and your student. One thing that you will notice when you first log in is that there is an assignment tab and a bookshelf tab. We'll go over both of these. Right now we'll focus on the assignment tab. When you are on the assignment tab, different things that have been assigned by your teacher will show up, and you will notice that some right here with the star signify work that has already been completed, and then there's a graph right here beside that. And the thing that's great about these graphs is that if you click on them, your student can review what they missed. And it's very important that we always not just complete the assignment, that we always want to learn from our mistakes and go back and figure out what we did wrong. So as you go through, the answers that are correct versus those that are incorrect are very identifiable. And then it's also great because these questions, or a lot of these assessments, will also have open-ended type questions, and this is something we want our students to practice. We don't want students just to always think that math is A, B, C, D, multiple choice. We want students to reason with math and understand their math. So a lot of students simply may say, you know, this says, is he correct? Explain your answer. They say no. Well, that really didn't explain the answer. And just like this question, it's rated on a scale of 1 to 4 points, and that is what the Georgia milestones, when they have 4, they're going to have about 4 open-ended questions where they have to explain, and they will be scored on a rubric. So it's better for a student to try to explain, even if they're not quite sure. It's best for them to try and explain the work the best that they can. And as you can see, this one, the score was very low. This one, the student had 2 points because they explained and went a little bit further. So once a student completes the work, definitely take the time to go back and review the graph. Now we're going to head back to that assignment page, and this time we're going to look at something that just says view. So you can't start it, but you can view it. So when I click on something that says view, this is something that we felt was very important for your child to see, and you can print this off if you would like, or you can simply have your child work out the pages in a workbook. But there are 8 pages, and the reason this book in particular is really good is because along with the lesson, there are a variety of types of constructed response answers, and that's what we want to get our students used to as well. Here we have an example of true-false. There's also examples of where they can fill things in on a number line, and one day the assessments are going to be more technology enhanced, where they might click on a number line and have certain things need to appear. There's also where they can write in the numbers, and one day these could be more drop and drag on technology-based assessments. And that's similar to what your child will see in Study Island too, that there's more types of questions being presented. Here is one where it says describe the strategy. So we want students to be able to answer the question, but then again describe how they got their answer and how they know that it is correct. This is a great practice for marking all that apply. Sometimes students just answer one, think it's just A, B, C, D, and then they move on without really truly analyzing all of the answer choices. So as you can see, there's a variety of questions and answer formats. There's matching, as you can see here, and some additional where it says write an X to show if the number can be rounded to 100 or 200. So it also is great practice for reading different types of directions and really following the directions that are being asked. So on a view type assignment, that is what you will see. Definitely something to go over and review. We do not assign very many things that simply say view, but we do assign things that we think are very important. Now when you come to something that says start, and this one obviously has already been started and I need to finish it, these lessons are a little bit different and they can be graded by the teacher. There are 2 tabs, the lesson tab and the practice tab. The lesson tab contains instructional and tutorial type messages with a little bit of practice. But then when you go to the practice tab, you can actually select the answers. One thing I do want to point out is there are tools here, but these tools are meant more for a brick and mortar classroom, and Imagine this being projected up onto a whiteboard, and so students and the whole class working together. You cannot use this marker to answer the questions because your answers will not be saved. You can, however, use this activity reader if your child needs to look at things just one row at a time, or you want to cover up different questions so you can only focus on one question at a time. And as you can see, it can be expanded if you need it to be expanded to different things. So that is the only thing that will work in the online platform. You technically, as far as using the pen and things like that, I would definitely use scratch paper and have your child just select the final answer. Now when it comes down to the open-ended type questions, it says write the number of bottles in expanded form. So students can practice their typing, which is a great thing because more and more students will be asked to complete the assessment online from year to year to year. And then because this program is something that can be printed, if there is a problem that says draw and your child is not able to draw, simply type in my student completed this on a sheet of paper or was not able to draw, and of course you can pause the test or finish it, and so those will show up like that. Now the other thing that is really nice about this program is that you do have the bookshelf feature. From the bookshelf feature, you can also access things that have not been assigned. Maybe your student struggles with the concept that we haven't assigned to your child. So you simply go to the topic, and as you can see, you have access to language arts as well as math. So let's click on math, and I'm going to click on 3rd grade, and then I'll browse those selected grades. And what you will see is that a list of books will appear, and then within those books there will be standards-based activities that you can access. So some of my favorite books, I want to highlight those, would be the Common Core Coach, the Common Core Performance Coach, the Common Core Support Coach, and we also assign a lot of things from this Crosswalk Coach. So if it has the word coach in it, those are some of my favorites. Of course, there are all these other activities. The book that I highlighted earlier that simply said View is the one that I recommend you really go through with your child. As you can see, you can print the different activities, but let's just take a look. Let's say that our student is really struggling with fractions. So we can go down here to Understanding Fractions, and within that we can go through the tutorials, and then we can complete different activities with our student. These, like I said, are great reviews. The bookshelf feature contains all grade levels as well as ELA, so I hope you definitely take advantage of that. If the program doesn't work for you, I would definitely, if you're able to log in, it's your student ID and GCA, so if you're able to get in, then that's a great thing. I would also try a different browser. Mid-year enrollees have not been added as of right now in January, but they will be added very soon. So please reach out to your homeroom teacher if there's any questions or concerns, but definitely take advantage of the bookshelf feature and complete the assignments that have been assigned. These assignments have been purposely chosen to target some of the heavily weighted content areas, and we definitely want your child to be successful on the end of the year assessment. Thank you and enjoy.